Welcome back to Try Hard Workshop. This week we're going to be doing a scratch build, making a satellite out of just random bits of junk you have in the house. And let's see how it goes. Right, this is a container from, I think it's Cherry Bakewells. You get them with them cake bars and things. Had a few interesting shapes on it, grids, look like pipes around it. We're gonna have to make it a bit more structurally sound with some card and glue and stuff because it's soft. Cut some card out, glue it in. Just getting all the different sizes because there's a few ledges to fill out. Once you've got that done, and make it a bit stiffer to work with, a few random plumbing bits and ping pong balls, and it's a sink strainer. Get your general shape, what you're looking for. Can't even say what that is. Get you a long bit of plastic tubing. Get an idea for the kind of shape we want. It was actually the sink strainer that gave me the idea for the satellite. I had them packets for a while and just didn't have use for the bases of them. Cutting out a ping pong. Carefully your fingers. Glue it up. You'll see I didn't. It's wee fitting from a kit. Something to do with a motor. It's like a wee propeller. It's a 15mm liner. Had that extra bit cut off a ping pong ball, wanted to use it again. Thought it'd be good for an inspection chamber to get at like the inner workings of it. Just glue all them bits together. Get the angle that you want. It's all mostly experimentation anyway. You just things that line up. Just a lot of times it's really fortuitous how they do. Get a general shape in your head and then just go for it. See what bits you can build towards it. You're not gonna get the bits you want always, so you just gotta make what works work. Actually, really chuffed how this turned out. This part. You'll see later on. Get that excess glue off. Just some random wires. It's 2 wires wrapped with a piece of copper wire. It's washing line. This wee random bit of plastic out. I was like, see if I can do something with it, but it doesn't suit. Wanted more like panels and things, so just cut them out of old cereal card. Just stick them on. We're going to use nail art rhinestones for doing rivets. This is just like bonding, an excuse to use rivets. Another wee access panel, just made out of card this time. Then filling up the holes everywhere that you've got with wires. As well with wires, you want to butt them in into something because the ends of them glued on look terrible. And then start to get the feel for the direction here I wanted it to go. There's rhinestones. And they're good for scale, like it really changes it up. Or leads more into the illusion of it. These are old vinyl tiles off the floor. Reused. They're great for basing. They're stiff as well. And you can cut them with a Stanley knife easy enough. Or craft knife or whatever. Just score them and then the snap. Glue your biscuit packet down to your floor tile. And then, like I said, you don't want any wires just hanging there or just being glued into the floor, so a piece of straw to glue them into to hide them being glued. The worst parts of gluing. Once you've got a basic shape, it's about filling out and putting more greebles on it. Straw badly cut in half. Don't worry about this edge too much because you're going to put some stone down and stuff to hide all them bad edges. More of the rhinestones. Another wee piece of pipe for that, an excuse to put wires in. Once you get them all folded in the thing, get them glued in place. And the disc, just out of a piece of card, cut it in the middle I guess so I could bend it round to get it tight as a shape. And to get it to curve slightly. If some straps for bonding, just the more excuse to use the rivets. Paste the black on the bottom part before doing this. Once you get that the way you want it to, get it glued on. Bit of super glue. And hold it in place. This actually took really long to dry. And an outer rim for a bit of bonding. I wasn't happy with the size of the strainer being big enough, so I just added a piece of card, which was good because it then gave you an excuse to use more of these rhinestones, which are a nightmare to glue on. But to have like a sticky thing on them on the back of them, it's useless. So I didn't PVA glue them on, but you should. then once you've got all that done, give everything an coat of black, and then that's paint it. I mean, when you spray things black, it looks amazing. Ties it all together. Mod Podge, harden up a card, new material in the workshop, flaxing on this one. Scurry Vickies till it dries. Then the same rust technique, basic burnt sienna, dabbed all over, roughly, and let that dry. Looks class. Don't put that in. I'm gonna pop myself on the backer. And a bit of silver for a dry brush. And my new brush. An old makeup brush. Perfect for dry brushing. Once you've given everything a good liberal coat, catch all the edges. And once that's dry, we're going to use some masking fluid used by people who paint watercolors, stop the colors from mixing. You patch it on, then paint over it, peel it off. Gives a great effect. And even the edges, if you don't completely peel it off, it looks like flaking paint. Tried to use a sponge here on a pair of pliers, wasted time. Move on to a big sponge. Once you've got it on places you want it, I don't know, to remain rusty after you paint it. I'm still unsure about it, like, but here we go. Using a military green colour. Dabbing it on better than brush strokes. Just gives you a better overall effect, like one paint, like it's been painted over loads of times. Once you've got it on everywhere, a bit of a lighter green to give, like sun bleached effect, I suppose. Going all out in this video. Make up for the lack of painting in the last couple. And once all that's dried up, start rubbing this stuff off. So if you remember where you put it, you can rub off all the bits. Once that off, you've got a fairly nice rusty effect. Looks great. And then a bit of yellow and red for the cables. Already painted the red in the cable. Red and yellow works well with green. For a McDonald's cable. And you're ready for a black wash. Give it a good black wash and dab off your excess. try to be gentle when you're doing this. You'll wreck your models with the power of a hairdryer. Nightmare. Get it glued back on. Once you've got it glued on, get yourself an orange wash. It seems extreme now, but it really dries off. And you want to do this like at the edges of your rusty parts, you know. I was doing it at the bottom of them at times, you know, kind of get more of a, like it was washed out effect. It looks extreme here, but it does dry off and dull out. I had to top it up quite a few times, around the bolts and rivets, stuff like that. And then there you have it, your Scratch-build Satallite. No, you don't. Trickery. So once you get that done, get PVA glue base down, where you want to put some of your gravel, bit of rubble. Shake off the excess. Once you've got that fairly laid down, get your brown grasses, dry dead looking ones. They just go well with that stone. Rip them up, give them a dab of PVA glue and stick them down, and there you go. A Scratch-build Satallite. One day will. That's our homemade rickety spinner. And good shots, look at that. I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned for the next one. So be like and subscribe, even a comment down there on the bottom. Until next time, try hard. What was it? Let's watch it back.